Billie Eilish just resurfaced a private message she wrote to Justin Bieber back in 2014, and it has Hailey Bieber absolutely fuming. Now, fans are starting to believe this whole situation might actually be leading toward a divorce between Justin and Hailey. In this video, we're breaking down what was in that message and why Hailey is absolutely losing her mind over it. On April 23, 2026, Billie Eilish posted a 9-slide carousel on Instagram that documented her childhood obsession with Justin Bieber. The post racked up over 3.5 million likes, 27,000 comments, and 146,000 reposts in roughly 3 hours. The cover slide sets the tone. Young Eilish is mid-pose in a red and rainbow sequined dance recital costume, arms on hips, and the bedroom wall behind her is covered in 4 different Bieber posters, including the Believe-era promo art. Slide 3 shows her in a white Justin Bieber signature logo tank at night. Slide 7 shows a red Bieber signature tank outdoors at what looks like a park. Slide 5 is a phone case with shirtless Bieber on it in her actual hand. But the slide that pushed everything over the edge was slide 6. It is a screenshot of her actual iPhone Notes app dated February 28, 2014 at 6:59 p.m., one day before Bieber's 20th birthday, containing a full fan letter calling him the best singer and person in the world, and closing with "Happy Birthday, Baby." She kept the note for 12 years. The message itself reads like a time capsule. It was preserved exactly as it was typed at the time. Justin Drew Bieber, where do I even start 20 years ago today? The best singer and person in the world was born. She goes on to list everything she loved about him. She called him an amazing singer, dancer, and drummer, and wrote that no words can explain how much I love you. Followed by, "If you only knew I existed." That line, "if you only knew I existed," is the one that hit fans the hardest. Because now, not only does Justin Bieber know Billie Eilish exists, he serenaded her on a Coachella stage less than a week before she posted this note. Her captions were short and dry. "Don't talk to me." Followed by, "Also, that was a dance recital costume. Plus, I wasn't popping out like that in real life." The comments section turned into its own event. Princess Polly's verified account wrote, "She's just like us, FR." MeUndies chimed in with, "She really said dream big and meant it." And it wasn't just brands reacting. Regular fans and verified celebrities flooded the post. For the first time since her 2015 SoundCloud breakout, Billie's biggest viral moment has nothing to do with a song she released. This was about a girl who once wrote a love letter to a pop star on her phone, never sent it, kept it for over a decade, and now lives in a world where that same pop star calls her a friend. That contrast is what broke the internet. But the note didn't exist in a vacuum. It landed at the end of a week that had already been dominated by one particular moment at Coachella. And that's where this story really begins. 5 days before Billie posted that Instagram carousel, she stood in the VIP section at Coachella Weekend 2, watching Justin Bieber perform his headline set. During Weekend 2, held April 18th in Indio, California, Bieber delivered a guest-filled set, including appearances from SZA, Big Sean, Sexy Red, and Dijon. But none of those guest spots generated even a fraction of the reaction that came when Bieber decided to bring back something from his past. Hardcore fans of the Canadian singer will know that when he performed One Less Lonely Girl in his younger years, he would invite one fan on stage to be his lonely girl during the performance, sing to her, and give her flowers. That tradition had been dormant for years, and he decided to bring the sweet concept back for his second Coachella headline performance on Saturday, April 18th, bringing none other than Billie Eilish up onto the stage. But the way it happened is what sent shockwaves through the crowd, and eventually the internet. In the now viral moment, Billie can be seen dancing in the crowd in front of the festival's VIP box, with Justin's wife Hailey Bieber, who appeared to encourage her to go up. While fans were expecting that Justin would bring out his wife Hailey for the song, new videos have now revealed that it was the Rhode Beauty founder herself who encouraged an unsuspecting Billie to go on stage. In a video shared by Claudia Sulewski, fiancée of Billie's brother Phineas, the trio were singing along to the song when Hailey suddenly pushed Billie to go on stage. What happened next is the footage that went everywhere. Seemingly unable to believe what was happening, Billie laughed and covered her face in shock as she made her way over to the singer, dropping to the ground in disbelief a few times on the way up. She sat on a stool on stage as Bieber sang the 2009 anthem to her and hugged her from behind, falling to the ground again when the song ended. Billie fell to the floor of the stage several times as Justin came to her to start the serenade. Bieber was forced to lift her and take her to the seat and laughed at the same time as he was comforting the starstruck singer. After the performance, Billie posted a tearful selfie on her Instagram story with 2 words, "Can't stop crying." She later described the moment as really magical in an interview with Entertainment Tonight. One fan noted that the moment was completely unstaged, with Billie appearing nervous and reluctant at first. Even Justin was seemingly surprised to see Billie, but welcomed her on stage with open arms. When the Ocean Eyes hitmaker got off stage, she ran back to Hailey and collapsed on the floor as Hailey laughed and celebrated her moment. Reportedly, Hailey was originally supposed to be the one less lonely girl, but she gave Billie the big moment instead. Now, here's where the internet started splitting. Some people thought this was one of the most heartwarming things they had ever seen. Others weren't buying it, and a third group had their eyes locked on Hailey. Why? Because Billie Eilish wasn't just some random fan. She had a history with Justin Bieber that went back 12 years. A history that, when you lay it all out, looks a lot more intense than most people realize. To understand why Billie Eilish's reaction on that Coachella stage hit the way it did, you need to go back, way back, to a time before Ocean Eyes, before Grammys, before sold-out world tours. When she was just a kid in a bedroom covered wall-to-wall in Justin Bieber posters, Billie was one among thousands, if not millions, of fans who had Bieber's posters plastered all over her wall. She knew his birth date, his place of birth, his hometown, and pretty much every single detail about his career and personal life. Indeed, she had confidently conceived of an entire relationship with Justin Bieber, where he knew of her existence and was equally in love with her. In a now famous interview on KROQ's Kevin and Bean show, Billie laid it out plainly. She said, "When I was like 12, I was not a fan of him. That was like my first love. That was the person I was in love with. In my head, he was in love with me. It was like a relationship with a person." And then there's the resurfaced video that went viral alongside the Coachella moment. The clip, shared by Complex Music, features Billie at age 12, speaking candidly about her then intense crush on Bieber, now 32, during his early career. In the clip, she says what every Belieber who grew up in the 2010s secretly feared. "So many Justin Bieber things, I was like crying so hard because I've gotten worried that when I get a boyfriend, I won't want to be with him because I actually love Justin Bieber more." Her obsession with Bieber had been so intense that Billie's folks considered sending her to therapy at one point. Her mom, Maggie Baird, shared in the documentary that they witnessed Billie's overwhelming adoration for Bieber and wondered, "How are we going to cope with this?" But Billie didn't just quietly adore him from a distance, she acted on it. As she told Billboard, "The first thing he DM'd me was a screenshot of. I guess he scrolled up and saw a message I had sent in 2014. It was like, 'Hey Justin, I just wanted to talk. How are you? Please answer.' He did answer, 5 years later. And when he did, the trajectory of their relationship changed permanently. The year was 2019. The place, fittingly, was Coachella. Their more personal meet and greet was anything but expected. When Billie stuck around the festival on Sunday following her inaugural Coachella gig, the night before, to watch Ariana Grande's headlining set from the same VIP section as Bieber, she understandably freaked out when she realized they were standing right next to each other. She noticed Justin was standing next to her in the VIP section and started freaking out, dropping to the floor before hugging him tightly. The whole interaction was caught on video, and in the most random moment ever, they then started dancing along to NSYNC and Grande's performance of "Tearin' Up My Heart" with James Corden. That same year, the relationship between idol and fan turned into something far more tangible. Justin was featured on the remix of Billie's hit song "Bad Guy," and the single's artwork was fittingly a picture of young Billie in a colorful dress in her childhood bedroom, with a plethora of Justin posters behind her. But for Billie, it was never just about a collaboration. In a 2019 interview, she revealed that if she ever became famous, it would be to get closer to Bieber, making the Coachella 2026 moment all the more staggering in its emotional weight. She didn't just dream about meeting him. She dreamed about becoming successful enough that he would notice her, and he did far more than notice her. The relationship between Justin Bieber and Billie Eilish evolved from fan-idol dynamics into something far more layered and emotionally complex. Justin didn't just acknowledge Billie as a fan and move on. He stepped into a role that few people expected from him, and it's a role that sheds light on the darker corners of his own story. In a 2020 interview with Zane Lowe, Justin got emotional talking about Billie. He revealed, "I definitely feel protective of her. I don't want her to lose it. I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. If she ever needs me, I'm just a call away. It was hard for me, being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn. And everyone, telling me they loved me and just turning their back on you in a second. So it's hard because I want her to know that she can count on me." Those weren't throwaway comments. Justin Bieber was discovered at 13. By the time he was Billie's age, he had already been through public breakdowns, arrests, substance abuse issues, and the relentless machinery of a fame pipeline that chewed up young artists and discarded them without a second thought. He had lived the nightmare firsthand, and when he looked at Billie, he saw the version of himself he wished someone had protected. During a chat on SiriusXM Hits 1's morning mashup, Billie revealed that the Canadian pop star, whom she calls just the sweetest baby ever, reaches out to her to lend his support. "He's a good friend of mine," she shared. "He has been so helpful for me in terms of just dealing with fame. And he'll call me sometimes and just say stuff that makes me just feel heard. And there's somebody else that goes through the same stuff." Billie also spoke about it on Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. "I am so grateful that he's in my life. Truly, it is something I don't even know how to explain it. I am so thankful for him and the way that he was to me when I needed it, and he needed it. And we've talked about it a lot. He could have just said, 'Oh cool, you're a fan. Bye,' and that's it." She continued, "And he's continued to be so. He just doesn't give up on me. And I know that sounds stupid, but it's really true. He really makes me feel so loved and seen, and he's always reaching out to me in the sweetest ways, in the most just comforting ways of just you're not alone in this. I was there." That last line is critical. You're not alone in this. I was there. This is a man who went through one of the most publicly documented spirals in pop music history, telling a young woman now navigating her own version of that fame that she doesn't have to face it alone. That's not just a friendship, that's a lifeline. And that's exactly why the Coachella moment resonated the way it did. When Billie fell to the stage floor overwhelmed with emotion, it wasn't just because a pop star sang a song to her. It was 12 years of emotion, from the Notes app message at 12 years old, to the unanswered DMs, to the first meeting at Coachella 2019, to the Bad Guy remix, to the late-night phone calls about the weight of fame, all of it collapsing into a single, uncontainable moment. Billie's mom, Maggie Baird, shared a video with a caption detailing what the moment really meant. "One of the most touching moments ever. It sounds crazy, but we watch our children develop these deep connections to artists who move them, and usually there's nothing in our power to do. But we buy them records and maybe buy them a ticket to a concert, or a movie of a concert in our case, because we couldn't afford to see an actual concert. Watching this crazy, unimaginable dream come true over many years is so incredible. I'm so grateful to Justin Bieber for the kindness he has shown Billie, and to our whole family, and to Hailey, who makes so many things wonderful and possible." That mention of Hailey is significant, because for all the warmth surrounding this story, there's a parallel narrative that has been simmering underneath, one that involves the internet's reflexive need to pit women against each other, a wave of online hate, and Hailey Bieber's pointed response to all of it. So let's talk about what the title of this video promised. Billie Eilish's secret message to Justin Bieber has Hailey fuming. Let's see if that's actually what happened. Here's what we know at first. Some fans were confused as to why Billie was the one less lonely girl instead of Hailey, one ex-user penned. The fact that he brought out Billie Eilish for one less lonely girl and not his wife. That sentiment spread fast. Across X, TikTok, and Instagram, a narrative formed. Hailey was upset. Hailey was jealous. Hailey was blindsided. The framing was irresistible. A wife watching her husband serenade another woman on a global stage. A woman who had written him love letters and called him her first love for a certain corner of the internet. It was a ready-made scandal, but the actual footage told a completely different story. More videos from the night appeared to show Hailey encouraging the 24-year-old to go up, and even excitedly giving her a little push through the barrier. It was later revealed that the surprise for the blue crooner was arranged by the couple to honor her unconditional support and love. For the baby musician, fans praised Hailey's gesture, calling her a true girl's girl. for giving a devoted Bieber fan the spotlight and honoring the spirit of the performance. While she could have easily taken the moment for herself, her decision to step aside and let someone else shine earned admiration. Hailey commented on posts about the moment with "so special" and "you guys," and yet the hate still came. Because this is the internet, and Hailey Bieber is someone who has been on the receiving end of relentless online hostility. For years, much of it tied to the never-ending Selena Gomez discourse. Much of it tied to the baseless accusation that she stole Justin from his fans. When the Coachella moment went viral, a subsection of the internet weaponized Billie's fandom to attack Hailey. The implication was clear. Billie loved Justin more. Billie loved him first. Billie was more deserving. Hailey was in the way. Hailey married every girl's childhood crush, whether that's fortunate or unfortunate. Only she will know, one user wrote. There's also the wild viral theory that Hailey was the original Justin Bieber superfan, a theory built on old paparazzi photos and live performance footage, showing a young Hailey in the background of Justin's events years before they started dating. Hailey has denied being a massive fan in a 2019 interview with Vogue. "I was never a superfan of him or of anyone," she said. "It was never that crazed, screaming thing. I didn't think about it in any kind of way, except for the fact that he was cute. Everybody had a crush on him." So what about Hailey fuming? Well, Hailey Bieber shared a response to haters who dragged her for going through a rough patch in her relationship with Justin Bieber. The 29-year-old model made the headlines after her husband hugged Billie Eilish at Coachella stage, although the online community's narrative shifted greatly after behind the scenes were revealed. The Road founder has a message for all. She turned to her Instagram story and penned down, "All good on apologies. The therapy's already paid for, save it." That's not a woman who is fuming at Billie Eilish. That's a woman who is tired. Tired of being cast as the villain. Tired of the internet manufacturing drama where none exists. Tired of people apologizing only after they've already piled on. The truth is, Hailey Bieber literally pushed Billie Eilish onto that stage. She made the moment happen. She stood there cheering while her husband serenaded another woman, because she understood what that moment meant. Not as a romantic gesture, but as the fulfillment of a childhood dream. Justin also made the performance personal, giving a shout out to wife Hailey Bieber and their son during Everything Hallelujah, adding an intimate layer to an otherwise high-energy set. And when Billie shared her 12-year-old Notes app message to the world, calling Justin "Sue thousands, oh sexy," and signing off with "Happy birthday, baby," it wasn't a threat. It was a 12-year-old's love letter. Every Belieber who grew up in that era wrote one just like it. This was how every teenage girl was when Justin Bieber was a teen. He had every young fangirl in a chokehold. The real story here isn't that Hailey is fuming. The real story is that a girl who once sat in her bedroom writing love letters to a pop star she would never meet grew up to become one of the biggest artists in the world. And the pop star she idolized became her friend, her mentor, and her protector. And the woman he married saw all of that history, understood its weight, and gave Billie the moment anyway. Despite the rapid spread of theories online, there is currently no verified evidence supporting claims that Hailey Bieber orchestrated drama around the moment between Justin Bieber and Billie Eilish. Available footage only confirms her presence in the general vicinity during the performance. What it also confirms is warmth, encouragement, and a woman who chose grace over jealousy. The drama was manufactured, the moment was real. And the note Billie kept on her phone for 12 years? That was the most real thing of all. A kid who loved someone so much, she put it in writing, never imagining that one day the person she was writing about would pick her up off the floor of a stage and sing to her, like she was the only person in the room. That's not a scandal. That's one of the greatest full-circle moments in pop culture history,